The chart you see on the screen is a snapshot of how thousands of dollars and hundreds of hours of work can vanish into thin air in the digital world. You write an amazing piece of code, set up marketing campaigns, and manage to get the user all the way to that store page. And that user leaves your page within seconds without even bothering to click that free download button. My name is Yusuf. My mobile app, EvoMe, which I coded from end to end, integrated with AI, and worked on for months without sleep, hit a wall on its very first day in the market with this exact silent rejection. Everyone on social media is selling you the fairy tale of how to succeed. No one opens the hood of failure. But real engineering starts with understanding why the system crashed. Today, we'll dissect why a flawlessly functioning code was so ruthlessly ignored by the market, how the hooks that keep users engaged vanished, and break down user psychology by embedding it into code and design. Let's begin. First, let's meet the subject, EvoMe. Its vision was to be an environmental app that uses AI to detect water usage in the shower and analyzes water consumption through voice classification models. Looking under the hood, the engineering was a work of art. I built the app with a seamless interface using Flutter. In the background, I set up real-time data synchronization with Firebase. I trained a specific AI model that uses the phone's microphone to distinguish the sound of water from other ambient noises. I was in love with my code, but I had succumbed to my own ego. I fell for the fallacy that I built this so they'll use it. But I had forgotten the bloodiest rule of digital product development. The user doesn't care one bit about your architecture, your clean code, or your AI model. The user cares only and exclusively about whether their own selfish problem is solved or not. Now let's get to why this app failed at the design and psychology stage. In human psychology, there's Nir Eyal's hook model. What makes an app successful is this four-part loop: trigger, action, reward, and investment. In EvoMe, this loop collapsed right at the very first stage, the trigger part. While designing, I hadn't asked myself this question: why would a person pick up their phone and open an app right before stepping into the shower? The biggest enemy in user interface design is friction. I was asking the user to bring their phone into the bathroom at the very moment they're most vulnerable and want to relax and launch an app. This is massive UX friction. Additionally, there was no pain reliever. Saving water isn't an urgent, bleeding wound that the average person worries about in their daily life. It's just a vitamin. People spend their money and time on painkillers and instant dopamine, not vitamins. That hook to grab users within the first 3 seconds was missing from the interface. That silent rejection from the traffic on the store page taught me this lesson. The B2C, or end user, market is the most ungrateful, has the shortest attention span, and is the hardest to satisfy. Even if you sell a user a benefit, if you don't entertain them instantly or make them money, they'll delete your app on day 2. Your retention rate will plummet. Conclusion and takeaways. So does that mean the AI model I built and the flawless Flutter architecture I spent months on are completely worthless? Absolutely not. This fiasco taught me, by burning through my own money and time, that brutal truth: no university, boot camp, or fake entrepreneurship guru could ever teach me. A product's fate isn't determined by the developer's technical skills, but by product market fit. If I were building a new B2C product today, before writing a single line of code, I'd test whether that app is a painkiller or a vitamin. I'd design that UI/UX hook to captivate the user within the first 3 seconds, reduce friction to 0, and build the code architecture solely on top of this psychological foundation. Evomi isn't my failure. It's a work through which I learned market dynamics, user psychology, and interface engineering from the inside out. This is precisely what sets successful companies and products apart from startups that have turned into graveyards. The ability to look at the data and ruthlessly critique your own system. Identify UI/UX bottlenecks and design the code to serve real commercial conversion. You can access my professional connections via the description below and review the code architectures on my GitHub. See you at the next system autopsy.